recruiting tips, advice, and better ways to train. B3 Better presents The Amateur's Edge with Jerrian Sanders, Randy Wade, and A.D. Roberts.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to The Amateur's Edge. This is your guest host, Jerrian Sanders. We got my guys Cleo Lemon in the house today. My guy Jamal Saint.
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Glad to be in here with y'all.
Man, we appreciate you being here, man. How you doing today, Cleo?
I'm good, man. I'm good. If today's show is going to be as good as that green room was today, we're going to have a good show.
Oh,
man.
yeah. We definitely going to have a good show, man.
Man.
So today we have two hometown guys who are ascending their way up the ladder in college football, and we want to tell their story a little bit today. You know, we always talk about Jacksonville and the hotbed of athletes that we have here, and these two young men are guys who we feel like are going to be those diamond in the rough that hasn't really been celebrated, but we feel like this is going to be their breakout year. So we have Jadon Canady here today and Eric Weatherly, and we're going to be bringing them on in the next two segments to tell a little bit about their story and what we have to look forward to. So excited about that, guys. Definitely.
Yeah, man. I shoot a lot of the high school games in the area on Friday nights. I think I shot like every home game for Eric, and then I remember Jadon, when he was over at Sandal, was shooting a lot of them highlights. So definitely excited to talk to both of them because I've been on the field like just excited when the ball. I was like, that's the one, because
That's the one.
you know.
Right. Good. Well, look, we're going to talk a little bit about the WNBA opener, man. What you guys think? Caitlin's debut hasn't been as great as we thought it was going to be. Her first game, she scored 20. The second game, she scored 9. And it looks like those girls are playing extra hard defense on her to humble her a little bit, I'm guessing. What you guys think?
Hey, man, they don't like her stepping into the spotlight, but look, she's helping the sport one way or another because, A, we're sitting here talking about it.
Right.
And B, I don't know if you saw like the pictures from after the game and the game coverage that she's been getting every game that she's played and every step of the way. The attention and the eyeballs she's bringing to the sport, obviously everybody's going to bring their A game when they come against her because they don't like that she's getting it, but they also like that it's helping the game. So it's like that double-edged sword, you know?
I think they like it because I saw a video on social media, and the women were on a chartered flight.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They were on a chartered
For
flight.
the first time, right?
Yeah, first time.
Right.
And Caitlin was over there just, this is normal to her. And all the other ladies on the flight was like, thank you, Caitlin. Because when she showed up, her and Reese showed up to the league, now they got chartered flights.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
It's
Right.
crazy how that changed because, it was maybe a year or two ago, one team owner was doing that, and they was like, nah, that's giving your team an unfair advantage. You can't do that.
Right.
Everybody had to fly commercial. I'm like, these professional athletes getting ready to go play a game, and you telling the owner they can't spend the money on a charter flight because they want to?
Absolutely. So that's the kind of impact, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark has had on the WNBA.
Right. I didn't know this until the other day, but most of those women who get drafted don't even make the teams.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I had no idea. I mean, you're talking about first-round draft picks getting cut.
Right.
Yeah.
And I didn't dig deep into that, but what you guys think that's all about?
Man, WNBA is savage business, man. You'd be a rookie of the year one year and then not on the team the next. Like, that's unheard of in most sports.
Absolutely.
That's just how it is. If the talent ain't there, they will move on. And them
Right.
contracts aren't as guaranteed as some other sports, so it's easier for them to do it.
Yeah. And it's kind of like a model, NBA model. If you're outside the lottery in the NBA, you're not guaranteed.
Right.
The top 14 picks, you're on the roster. Other than that, them 2 rounds, man, you got to make it.
I thought the first round in the NBA guaranteed.
No, lottery, 14.
Just the first 14?
First 14. Other than that, you got to grind. Now, they're going to invest a little bit more money into you as a first-round pick, but to Jamal's point, they will move on.
I see. But changing gears a little bit, the NBA playoffs have been exciting, man. Everything we thought of last night, the Pacers took care of business against the Knicks to push the series to Game 7. So we got 2 Game 7s tomorrow. We got the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Denver Nuggets. It was hard, everybody cashing in bets, and I'm like, I don't want to bet against Jokic, but I like Ant-Man. I love Ant-Man. That's my guy.
Okay.
That's my guy. So I don't want to bet against him, but I can't bet against Jokic. I just can't.
So where
Game
your money
7
going?
at home.
Where your money going?
If somebody put a gun to my head and say you have to bet,
All right, you got to pick. Where you going?
Where you going?
I'm going with the Joker, man.
That's the safe money.
That's safe.
That's
I
safe
gotta
money.
go with the Joker, man.
That's safe. But I like, man, Anthony Edwards.
I love him.
I'm riding with him.
I'm
riding with him. I'm putting my money on Ant-Man.
Right.
That's what I'm doing.
Right. Jayden, you over here shaking your head. Who you predicting, man?
I mean, really, it's really on off series, you know. I mean, I like Joker, honestly. Ant-Man can drop 50 points, I mean, any given night, and his team can play well. But, I mean, home court advantage to the home guys. Got to go Denver.
Right.
Got to go Denver.
And again, me loving Ant-Man the way I do, this can be that defining moment in his career.
Well, what
and
you
I love
talking about then? You ain't betting with him.
But you went against him.
I'm not betting with anybody. I'm just going to tell y'all like that. I'm not betting with anybody. I'm playing it safe, man.
Man, come on, man.
Who you got, Jamal?
Look, I like Ant. I mean, he been playing like that, and look, the NBA want Ant to win because then that'll help raise his stock because he got that personality.
Yes.
Like Jokic got the stats and the championships to go with it. Ant's the guy that you're gonna see as the face of the NBA when LeBron hangs it up. I mean, at this point, it looked like he's the guy that's going to be on all the talk shows, doing the rounds, promoting the league, because he's got that personality. He's already popped up in movies and stuff before he had really had his, like, star blossom. I mean, he's that guy. So if the NBA wants somebody, the NBA wants Minnesota to win it, so that way you could keep seeing that star on TV in front of fans, because he's the guy who's going to carry this league in a couple years when you see some of these old guards, like, heading on out.
Right. You're right, Jamal. They will find a way.
Find a way.
Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Good deal. So it's time to pay some bills. This segment was brought to you by Premier Physical Therapy. Your wellness journey begins at Premier Physical Therapy and Rehabilitation, the gold standard in orthopedic and sports rehab for adults and adolescents alike. Dial 904-996-6922 or visit premierptjacks.com today for the Premier experience. You're listening to the Amateur's Edge on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Celebrate Kubota Orange Days and have lunch with the ladies of Helmets and Heels at Coastal Equipment New Kings Road this Wednesday, noon to 2 p.m. Enjoy free lunch, register to win a Frio Kubota cooler, and check out equipment demos from Kubota and Land Pride.
Did you know a metal roof from Prime Roofing has the highest wind and impact ratings available? If you want a stronger roof, think metal. Think Prime Roofing. Learn more at primeroofingfl.com. That's primeroofingfl.com.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the windows down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Your wellness journey begins at Premier Physical Therapy and Rehabilitation, the gold standard in orthopedic and sports rehab for adults and adolescents alike. Dial 904-996-6922 or visit premierptjacks.com today. Experience the Premier difference and take your first step towards a healthier, stronger you. Premier Physical Therapy, where Jacksonville comes to heal. premierptjacks.com.
Hon, why is our lawn so stinky and muddy over there?
Where the septic tank is?
Oh, no. Yuck.
Septic alert! Septic alert! Time for a spring septic clean? Call Duck Duck Rooter before the deal ends. Just $5.25 to keep your septic alive. For $525, Duck Duck Rooter will pump out your septic tank, clean your outlet filter, plus send a plumber to provide drain cleaning to your main sewer line. Call now to book. 904-862-6769. DuckDuckRooter.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Start your Sunday off with a cup of Joe and some sports medicine intel. This is Joe C. inviting you to join me and Dr. George Bari for Breaking Bones every Sunday morning at 7:30. And if you miss an episode, just look for Breaking Bones wherever you listen to podcasts.
Jags fans, the schedule's finally here, and you don't want to miss these matchups. Whether you want to become a season ticket member, catch 3 or more games with a bundle at the bank, or experience the season with Prowl Pass, there's a plan for every fan. Get locked in by going to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. Experience Jaguars game day your way at the bank this fall.
I'm Justin Nornduff, creator of DVS, a medically backed pitching development program designed to develop young throwers' arms safely. We are excited to be launching our Florida Development Center at B3 Better in Jacksonville. To celebrate DVS, we are offering a free virtual coaches clinic and also giving away 20 free team DVS and athletic assessments at B3 Better. To register for the clinic and your team's chance to win, go to b3better.com/DVS and secure your spot today.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's best selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in America. And now through June 30th, get 0% APR for 72 months or up to $2,300 off L2502 tractors. See details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Greater power for the great outdoors. Coastal Equipment.
Get food prizes and Kubota Orange Days demos Wednesday 8 to 4 at Coastal Equipment, New Kings Road.
Hey, Hicken here for Zero Res. Like many of you, I love living in Jacksonville, where we have so many families who serve or have served in the military. I'm so grateful for their sacrifice to keep us safe. If you have a family member who is on active duty or is a veteran, now is the time to call Zero Res. Because right now you get a 25% military discount on everything they clean. A thank you for your service. That's 25% off carpet cleaning, tile and grout upholstery, or Oriental rugs. Zero Res, man, spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's the Amateur's Edge. Brought to you by B3 Better on 1010XL.
And we're back. Welcome to the Amateur's Edge. Again, this is your host, Jerrian Sanders. We got Jamal in the house and Cleo, and we have a special guest, Jadon Canady from Sandalwood High School. Jadon was a 3-star prospect coming out of high school, rated as one of the top 150 cornerbacks in the country. Had a breakout senior year in which he had 9 interceptions in 9 games. Had a phenomenal freshman year at Tulane, which earned him the next year as one of the top 100 returning college players in the country. Was slated to have a breakout season as a sophomore at Tulane, but ended up having an injury. And then, got through the rest of that year, had such a phenomenal career at Tulane, short-lived, however, was still highly recruited, entered the transfer portal, and ended up at Ole Miss. So Jadon is one of those diamond in the roughs that we always talk about in Jacksonville. There's guys that come out that I never heard of. I remember hearing about Darius Williams once he got to the NFL, and they were telling me he went to Creekside High School. I was like, what? I never heard of this dude, right? And I vaguely remember Demario Douglas at Mandarin, who ended up going to Liberty, and this past year with the Patriots had a breakout season. And so, again, I think there's over 20 guys from the Jacksonville area in the NFL right now. And I think we're one of the most slept-on areas as far as getting recognition for that. So for me today, again, I want to bring on some of these guys so they're not slept on. And, again, that was the whole goal, and bringing in Jadon and bringing in Eric. So wanted to give these guys some recognition early on, let people know, keep an eye on these guys and where to go from there. So, Jadon, how you doing today, my man?
Doing good, man. How about yourself?
Good, man. So one of the things I wanted to talk to you about today was your recruitment, in high school. When your junior year, you had a phenomenal year, but it actually ended up falling on COVID, right?
100%, yeah.
So how was the recruiting process during that time?
During COVID, it was really slow, honestly. COVID year, a lot of kids in college come back another year. So it kind of like messed up kids in high school and whatnot. So in junior year, I had maybe like 4 or 5 offers, really like all like it was Howard, it was like really small colleges and whatnot. So it really affected me in a negative way. And then my senior year, I know I had to put in extra work, put extra time, to get where I wanted to be at. So I feel like that's how it affected me and whatnot.
Right.
You were definitely like that as a senior. Right. So you landed at Tulane. What was the experience like? I mean, you came in with a bang. Right. I mean, a fantastic freshman year. What was your entrance into college football like? What was the change from maybe Sandalwood going to Tulane and then having that fantastic early start?
I mean, growing up, for me, it was always, I had to work hard and I had to be the hardest worker and whatnot. So, I mean, going to high school to college, it wasn't really much of a change. I still knew, every day I had to put in extra work, more work than what the other kids were doing, because I knew, like, my goals and what I had to accomplish, and whatnot. And I just felt like, me just putting in the work every day is what led to my success at the college level. So I feel like that's how I view it.
So was J.J. McCleskey your position coach at Tulane?
So he was.
Yeah, he's a dude, ain't he?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy,
How was that? How was that experience?
Definitely different, He's more outgoing.
Yeah.
Talks a lot, more of my style. So I definitely liked him, and I saw myself in him.
Right.
So, honestly, he was the main reason why I went to Tulane as well. Is he was the guy that recruited me every day, calling me every day, on the phone for hours every day.
Right.
So I definitely have much love for that man right there.
Yeah, so he was, 8-year NFL veteran, well known in Louisiana for his coaching.
Right.
And you take that opportunity, you do well at Tulane. Now talk to me. What was your mindset after that year? Was it, I'm going to stay here, or, hey, I'm going to go out here and look for some more opportunities?
Freshman year it didn't go too well. We went 2-10, so it was up in the air. But I sat down and thought about it, just about my coaches, my teammates and whatnot. And I knew Tulane was a place for me, and I decided to give another chance. Shout out to Coach Hampton, was my DC, and all my teammates there. It really just were a family to me over there, and just the whole team was a family. So that led to me staying my sophomore year, and I knew that team would be special, and we didn't win the Cotton Bowl. But obviously my sophomore year got short-ended and whatnot. But definitely I'm glad I stayed there my sophomore year and did not decide to transfer.
That's awesome, man.
So what factored into your decision to transfer then?
Coach Hamp actually left, and that was a big reason why I came there. His defense, his mindset, his motto, and just seeing after fall he left, and then spring I stayed to see who they brought in, see how the culture would be, and it really it changed from what I was used to. And change is not always a bad thing. It just wasn't changes that I wanted, so I decided it was best for me to pack up, relocate.
So what brought you to Ole Miss? What was the hook that landed you there?
Really the first thing.
Well, besides that.
For the listeners not listening, I gave that money sign.
Besides that, one thing, I think it was time to play, high level football. I was ready to be in the big stars, the big field, the big meaningful games. That was the main thing. Second thing was the defense and Coach Golding. I'm seeing him at Alabama, just putting out guys every year in the NFL, having one of the best defenses in America. I just thought, I could fit right in that game plan, go with it. So that was the two main factors for me.
Right. So to those who say it really doesn't matter what level you play on, why not stay and be a big fish in a small pond, especially in y'all conference? Because what's his name? The cornerback for the Jets right now. Came from Cincinnati.
Oh, Sauce Gardner.
Sauce Gardner. Mm-hmm. Same conference. Mm-hmm. Big fish, small pond.
Correct.
Number 8 overall pick. Why not stay and be that guy?
Correct. So after my sophomore year, the conference changed, actually. So all those Houston, Cincinnati, SMU, all the schools were leaving or planning to leave. And they were bringing in schools who just weren't going to, have the guys who I needed to go against to get to the next level. And, I just wanted to compete, against me, the next guy best on best, just so I'm better than that guy. And I feel like, it doesn't matter truly where you play at, but obviously if you play at this conference for 1 year at a high level, then it's just boom, bow, you're in there, And I feel like I've shown, even the guys I guarded at Tulane, I guarded at least 5 or 6 guys in the NFL right now, household names are making plays right now in the NFL. So I feel like the film was already there for me guarding those guys. I was ready to just play at the big stage and whatnot. So I feel like it just depends on, who you are and the person you are.
Right.
I feel like for me, that point of my career was already done, so I wanted to, excel.
Right,
Go to the next step.
Right. So you mentioned, just going back a little bit, that you knew you always had to work the hardest. That mindset is a mindset that a lot of elite level athletes don't really have. Right. What do you attribute to having that type of mindset?
Really my brothers and my dad. Just seeing my brothers, grow up, under them, seeing how hard they worked. My brother Bryce, when we went from a walk-on to getting a scholarship, getting a shot at the NFL, that really showed me, hey, if you just work hard and put your head down, you can do anything you want to do. See my brother Braxton go from 10th grade and run hurdles to win Oregon, win the Pac-12 championship. That showed me, hey, we just work, so I'm going to work out. But the factor is you,
Right.
And then my dad, every day just on me, working out, eating protein. He was,
I remember you used to like to take them shakes. Now, Bruce had to get on you about them shakes.
I wasn't a big protein. I definitely was not a big protein guy, but I just knew I had to do it. Something you don't want to do, you just have to do. So that's something that put in my mind, hey, some days you don't want to work out, some days you want to do this. You got to do it, you got to do it to accomplish your goals in life and whatnot.
So how different are Ole Miss and Tulane from their approaches of how they deal with you guys and get ready for the games?
Ole Miss is more like NFL style. come in. You can wear whatever you want to wear. They got pictures, walkway. And it's just Kiffin runs it more like as a pro style spot, and Tulane's more of like a. I mean, I wouldn't say it's not pro, but it's just not a level that Kiffin has it running, which is not a bad thing, But just I feel like for next level, Kiffin is preparing you better to what it will be like, But Tulane is more like the college, the college mindset, the college family mindset. So it's really like you got to pick your poison and what you like. Now, some guys like that, some guys don't like that. So it's really just who you are, I would say.
How'd spring go for you?
Spring went well. Went very well, actually. I think I had one of the best springs on the team. I finally got to get back to who I was. I tore my ACL, so I was in a brace the whole fall. So I was still rehabbing, not clear to go. And then spring, I knew I had to show what I had. I felt comfortable and whatnot. I got back to who I was, my mindset, just me playing. So I feel like I had a great overall spring.
So you feel like you're 100%?
100%. I'm ready to roll.
Right.
Ready to roll.
So you mentioned your two brothers who played Division I sports at a high level. And it's funny because I read this book a long time ago called The Talent Code. And it talks about how the younger siblings are always better than the older siblings because, and it's not just because of the physical part of it, it's because of the mental. So you've gotten the mental reps over and over and over, especially like watching Bryce play in the collegiate level and then play at an elite level as a pro. Do you think that attributed a lot to the game? And one of the things they did also talk about in that book was how the game slows down for athletes like who've seen those reps over and over and over again. Is that something that you can attest to?
100%. I think just being the youngest, I would say like some people say like you're just like scared of like living in the shadows. And it really wasn't more than that. It was more just embracing and just what I come from, and just knowing what I had to do. So I had to embrace what they put out there, and just do the exact same thing. And just seeing Bryce play, going through the reps and all that stuff. Like I said, it was like a mental reps, and just seeing I was around pro guys at a young age. So from young age, so my mindset was just like on a pro level just from a young age. So I do like salute to that 100%.
Right.
So what's the biggest strength of your game? Because, I mean, you do a little bit of everything. I know we were talking earlier. You're talking about playing inside, playing outside. I mean, in high school, I was asking you. I remember you making some crazy catches at receiver. So you got ball skills to be a DB. 100%. So what's the like best part of your game that you're just like, look, I'm like that?
I feel like coverage is my main thing. I can cover a guy inside, outside, anywhere on the field. So I feel like
man up,
man-to-man corner. But I feel like just being able to do it in the slot and just anywhere on the field is my like X factor. Because like some guys play outside cornerback and lock up, but they can't go inside and play because it's like different. Different techniques. Slot, catch man. So I feel like just being able to cover the guy anywhere on the field is my biggest it factor.
Just lock up whoever's across from you.
100%. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, the only person who's ever scored a touchdown on you is Tank Dell.
100% Tank Dell. Yeah, I mean, I haven't had a receiver go over 50 yards on me personally ever, and I played a lot of college games. So I think that's my X factor right there is covering a guy.
Well, that's big time.
That's big time.
And I'm looking at the schedule right now. All right. You great setup. All right. You got LSU in Baton Rouge. You got Oklahoma in Oxford. You got Arkansas in Fayetteville. You got Georgia in Oxford. You got Florida over in Gainesville. We'll be over there to check you out.
Yeah, we will be there.
We'll be over there to check you out. Then you finish with the Egg Bowl. That's a gauntlet, man.
Yeah, it is, man. But I feel like, the team's prepared. I mean, I'm prepared. Team's prepared. And I think we're ready to do it this year, 100%. I don't think we'll lay an egg anywhere, fall off anywhere. Like the guys have like the right mindset to go in this year and honestly win it all.
What is the expectation at Ole Miss this year? You got is the championship a bust?
Personally, I do think it's that.
Right.
But as a team, I think we have to grow towards that and just put the mindset like guys, like hey guys, like this year we got to do it, man. It's no more. We're almost there. Like Ole Miss is almost there, and I think this year like we're there, we're ready to go.
Cause y'all finished with number 8 in the country last year.
Correct, number 8, yes sir, correct. So I mean, great starting point. This year the playoffs expand. So, a 12-team format.
That's right.
So I think we'll easily get that spot. But I want to get the top 4, get a bye. But I feel honestly we don't lose a game this year. I think we can definitely win the whole entire thing.
So you heard it here first. Ole Miss going undefeated. That boy coming in here like Ali. They gonna shock the world.
Yeah.
Call your shot.
They gonna shock the world. So if you have a breakout year this year, no touchdowns given up, straight lockdown. Can we expect that name to be entered in the NFL draft?
Sheesh. There definitely is a huge chance of that. just seeing, you know, after this year, I've put everything on film. You know, I've guarded the best of the best, made tackles, made big plays in big games. And I think there's definitely a chance, you know, depending on, you know, where I'm at in the stock or whatnot, and just hearing from my agents and guys and owners and whatnot, how they view me. So definitely with this year, if not next year, but I'm shooting for this year, though.
Right. Well, the one thing I can vouch for that I know is that you are going to test off the charts. He's definitely going to test off the charts. So if the film is decent and it's time to go test, when it's time to run that 40, jump that vertical, jump that broad, he's definitely going to test off the charts. So I don't see any other reason to stay. None whatsoever.
Hey, you got to do your thing. If it's there and they calling, you answer the call.
Right. And football's too risky, so you got to take that chance when it's time to take that step out. So, but look, man, we know you got to run. We appreciate you coming in this year. We wish you nothing but the best of luck, man, and know we will be watching.
And pulling for you.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, man.
Thank
and
you
you're
very
more
much.
than welcome. More than welcome to join us at any time, man. You got a seat at the table, bro.
Yeah, no, we definitely going to have you call in during the season.
I got
you. Good deal. So this segment has been brought to you by Premier Physical Therapy. Your wellness journey begins at Premier Physical Therapy and Rehabilitation, the gold standard in orthopedic and sports rehab for adults and adolescents alike. Dial 904-996-6922 or visit premierptjax.com today for the premier experience. You're listening to The Amateur's Edge on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Don't just watch the position, learn the position.
Denny Thompson is the quarterback whisperer, and he knows.
We invite you into the lab so that you can truly learn the quarterback position.
Friday mornings on The Drill, brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security and George Moore Chevrolet on 1010XL.
At Honda, we appreciate all the comparisons to other vehicles. And no matter how many times they compare their vehicles to a Honda, only a Honda is a Honda. Remember, value, quality, safety, there is no substitute. Visit your local Honda dealer now and experience the difference.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting! Unlock your true potential with the power of sports hypnosis, a power embraced by elite athletes worldwide. Experience the same techniques for peak performance that have propelled top professionals in the NFL, the NBA, MLB, and the PGA to new heights. So whether you're an aspiring athlete or a seasoned pro, HypnoFit tailors to all ages. Visit hypnofit.me today for more information to receive a free copy of AD's book, The Power of Sports Hypnosis. Step into greatness. Your journey to peak performance begins at hypnofit.me.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. You know, pool design has come a long way, and if your pool is outdated, Stanley Pools specializes in bringing older pools up to date for the whole family to enjoy. That's why I did it a few years ago, and man, I love the way my pool looks now after we added travertine pavers and so much else. Stanley Pools has been serving our community since 1988, so call them today at 269-7277 or find them online at stanleypoolsfl.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
There are so many ways you can catch me, Mia O'Brien.
Helmets and Heels.
Weekdays, noon to 2.
And on 1010XL's video and social channels. All things Mia are driven by Arlington Toyota.
It's Mo Time with Mo Bryan.
On 1010XL.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint, persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gates store anywhere around Duval and make yours a dandy, and do it today.
Step into the world of B3 Better Sports.
where every athlete is an emerging champion. Tailor-made training programs based on science, crafted for your sport, your position, your ambition. Train smarter, not harder. Just 2 to 3 times a week is all it takes to unlock your true potential. Join the legacy of top athletes from Jax, transforming from aspiring to inspiring, on and off the field. B3 Better isn't just about sports. It's a launch pad for life successes. We're more than a program. We're a community. Rise above, excel, become the athlete you're destined to be with B3 Better Sports Performance.
Pross, I'm thinking about changing my name.
Again? You're already the media mogul, the straw that stirs the drink, the Duke of Pablo Bay. Now what?
Refer to me as Dreamfinders Danny Hicken.
What in the blazes? Is this a cash grab?
No, it's just that I believe so much in Dreamfinders Homes. 20 locations in Northeast Florida, official home builder of Jags and Gators. Great opportunity for first-time homeowners.
All right. Dreamfinders Danny it is.
Did I mention the lowest interest rates you can find? Visit dreamfindershomes.com. Now let Dreamfinders Danny celebrate through the majesty of song. Dreamfinders, I believe they will build your home just right.
Looking for a new or used firearm? Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach will get you locked and loaded. New firearms coming in weekly and always looking for used guns. No lines and no waiting. Online at beachesjewelryandpawn.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Welcome to the Amateur's Edge. This is your guest host, Jerrian Sanders. Your guest host. This is your host.
You just said that like a couple times.
I did. I said guest host.
You did every time.
Y'all ain't look at me like, what are you talking about?
You just ain't see the look.
Maybe I feel like a guest today. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, we got Eric Weatherly joining us now. Eric is a fantastic high school athlete. Went to Bartram Trail High School. Now he's at Bucknell. He had 7 starts last year. I mean, he's like that. He had 42 catches to go with it. Averaged over 14 yards per catch. Led the Bisons. Tied for 4th in the Patriot League with 7 touchdown receptions. He was the Stuart M. Smith Memorial Award winner for Outstanding Newcomer. Just a fantastic year all around last year at Bucknell. What's going on, Eric, man? Appreciate you joining us, man.
Thank you for having me.
Good deal, Eric. So this was your first year at Bucknell. You started off at Duke. How was your freshman year at Duke?
It was pretty good. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I learned a lot of new things. I met a lot of new people, and like I said, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
What led to your transfer from Duke to Bucknell?
So originally coming out of high school, I was committed to Duke, but with Coach Cutcliffe as the head coach and under his coaching staff. So about a day before signing period, he got let go, and Coach Elko came in and called me and was like, "Hey, I'm the new head coach. Your scholarship, you can still come here on full scholarship and fill it out." So I was just like, I'm gonna go see how he is as a coach, see how he runs the program, and see if I fit in. So after being there 1 year, we kind of just talked about it and felt like we should go our separate ways.
So you ultimately hit the portal, land at Bucknell. Now you've done 1 season with them. Based on the stat line, it looked like it was a good decision. What you think?
Yeah, I had a couple other offers going in the transfer portal, but ultimately I felt like Bucknell was the best of both worlds, getting me a good degree, but also they bringing in a new coaching staff, a new offensive coordinator, John Bear. So we talked on the phone for a couple hours, and I just felt like everything he said kind of fit my playing style and kind of helped me better on the field.
Gotcha. So when you first get to Bucknell, what was the difference in the environment from Bucknell to Duke?
I mean, I kind of say they're a little bit similar because at Duke, if y'all didn't know, it's kind of split up into like undergrad and graduate, and there was actually more graduate students than undergrad. So the class sizes were kind of same, kind of like 20 to 25 students per class. And they both have nice campuses, but I wouldn't really say there was a big difference.
From a football perspective, it was all about the same, the preparation, the level of competition. It was.
I mean, since Bucknell is FCS, football wasn't as big as it was at Duke. But I felt like we kind of had the same mindset, the same film study, the same practice, the same workout schedule. It was all kind of the same.
Did your mindset have to change at all once you hit the portal and got to that second stop? Was that like all right, I got to do this. I gotta go out here and show what I can do on the field kind of moment?
Most definitely. I kind of went in the portal thinking like people doubted me. I'm an underdog. I have to kind of go to this new school, grind, put my head down, and show the coaches who I am as a player.
And I would definitely say you did that right. 603 yards receiving, just receiving, not all purpose, and 7 starts. That's almost 100 yards a game. That's not slouching at all.
That's amazing. And now going into this next year, what are you looking for? Like, what are some of the goals that you've set for yourself going into this year? And, do you think about being all conference? Do you think about being, more of a leadership role as a captain? Talk to us about that.
I feel like all three. The first one being I want to become a 1,000-yard receiver. I think in the last 10 years or so there hasn't been a 1,000-yard receiver, so I kind of want to set the pathway for incoming receivers. The next would be all conference, kind of just showing people I'm the best, not only in the Patriot League but in all of FCS. And then the next, like you said, becoming a better leader, kind of coming closer with my teammates, kind of stepping up, and just being somebody everybody could talk to on the team.
So, is your long-term goal to make it to the NFL?
Yes, sir.
And what position do you think you would play? Or let me ask you this: Who would you say your game most resembles?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. Yeah, you do have the build. He has the build. You look just like a mini Tyreek Hill too. So that's who you're modeling your game after?
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
That's a good one. I mean, look, it don't get too much better than Tyreek Hill. So if you're gonna be like somebody,
come on, man.
Cheetah. That's it.
That's 150 mil.
Can you run like him?
That's a question.
100%.
What's your 40? What's your 40 now?
4.5.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta get that to a 4.4, a low 4.3.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
high 4.3.
High 4.3.
Yeah, high 4.3.
Low 4.4.
Right.
Yeah. You the man.
No, we gonna make that happen.
Let's get to it.
Definitely. So what are your goals after football?
So like I said, I want to make it to the league, but if not, I would like to own a business or kind of just be involved in sports like that.
Right. Because you are a high academic kid, I know. So there's no slouches that really go to Duke or Bucknell in schools alike.
Nah.
And when you graduate from those schools, you're not really looking for a job. They looking for you. So you got to start out somewhere, man. You're not going to just come out of college being an entrepreneur, right? So you ever thought about where you would want to work or?
Well, I know I have a passion to help people, but outside of that, I don't know where I want to work.
So what you majoring in?
Educational sociology.
Nice.
You going to be a sociology teacher?
Nah, it's like social work.
Right.
If you get what I'm saying.
Right.
So let's go back to your high school career for a second. So you were at Bartram Trail. We were talking about it a little bit. I mean, Bartram done had some dudes come up out of there. And when you were there, you were the guy. I mean, y'all had one of the most explosive offenses in the area. How did being a Bear and that experience at Bartram Trail kind of prepare you for that next step?
My time at Bartram Trail, our head coach was Coach Sutherland, and he was very big on teaching us stuff more off the field than on the field, like how to be a man, how to treat women with respect, like just little things like that kind of transitioned me to college, and kind of when I took a step in the real world, I was like, oh, now I see what Coach Sutherland is talking about. Oh, now I see what he says when he says this. Like little stuff like that kind of helped me in college.
Those are big things. That's them lessons that stick with you for life.
Yes, sir.
Right. And that's one of the things we always talk about here, too, is how sports, it really is a metaphor of life. And all those attributes that you learn from sports, it carries over. And one of the things that I will attest to, because I've known him since he was 8 years old.
Oh,
Actually,
wow.
I got a funny story. So it was after a football camp. Drayton Florence had a football camp. Eric was like 8 or 9 years old. So Eric's dad sends him over to Marcus Stroud to get an autograph. So Eric walks up to Marcus Stroud. Can I have your autograph? And Mark was like, can you say, hey, mister, or can I please? And Eric said, look, man, I don't really know who you are. My dad just sent me
He was straightforward.
Don't do my dog Stroud like that, man. God, don't do my dog
Eric don't
Stroud
remember
like
it, but I remember it like it was yesterday. It was so funny to me. But I'm saying all this to say, ever since he was a little kid, he's been grinding. So this isn't one of those things where he just woke up and became the athlete that he is. And that's the thing I want to ask you is, what do you attribute that work ethic to? Where did that come from?
I feel like from my dad, kind of teach me at a young age, if you work hard, if you have goals and aspirations, and if you set stages and steps to get to those, nothing can stop you.
Right. Right, and you definitely have modeled that because again, when it comes to days off, like most kids on their break now in college, they chilling, right? They're doing that little packet that their strength coach sends them to do for the summer.
Right.
Get up early, knock that out, and be done with it. But we all know, and you play
Yeah.
collegiate sports. That packet is just to keep you
Yeah.
maintained, so you're not all fluffy
Right.
and soft when you get back.
Right.
But he decides to do more because he wants to continue getting better, and everybody's not doing that. And that's the type of mindset that you have to have when you're trying to get to that next level.
So then when he's working out, I'm coming to find out he brings his own quarterback with him wherever he goes. So talk to me about that. Having a brother, who plays quarterback, and you guys can get out there and get after it, man, and grind and really push each other to be great.
Yeah, I'm very blessed to have a younger brother like Jadon. My high school experience, I kind of just teach him tips and things that I wish I did when I was in his shoes to kind of help his path. So just having a brother like Jadon just helps us both, helps me mostly just by kind of letting me lead an example for him, and it helps both of us get better.
How is it though having a little brother that's like 5 inches bigger than you? Is he? Is he
had to go there.
Yeah, you had to go there.
Nah.
There's a lot of other stuff you could have brought up.
Is he bullying you these days?
Do any of y'all got a younger brother that's bigger?
Nah, I got I'm the little brother. I got an older brother.
But it's like my dad say, I would never be stronger than him. I'll never be able to beat him in a fight. That's the same for me and my brother.
Right. It's a mental thing.
Yes.
You say, I don't care how big you are, I'm still the big brother, right?
Always.
Uncle Shay, we got a call on the line. Uncle Shay, how you doing today?
All is well, Mr. Sanders. How are you, sir?
Good, man. What you got on your mind today?
So, you've been here for many decades now. This is a question for you, Mr. Sanders. So, what is your next progression, being that all the changes that have come about with the training and from a exercise standpoint, and what are you doing to help out the kids that are coming up?
Well, so
a lot has changed as far as training.
Right. And it all goes back to data. So we have all kind of new tools that we're using to track athletes' ability and get baseline on them, right? So we're using jump mats these days just to gauge how the workout should go that day, right?
Correct.
One of the things that has become very popular in the past couple of years has been load management, right? And understanding the body from a perspective that if your body's worn out and you're only able to produce, 60% of your power output, then this is what you should be doing today. And what we've been finding out just by getting baseline information at the beginning of workouts, it allows us to tailor things that day based off of the athlete's body and what their needs are. So we're being more flexible with how we go about training athletes based on readiness to perform.
Okay. You're implementing the NBA implementing the NBA's standards now.
I mean, it's not just the NBA. You see it across the board in the strength programs, starting at Division I all the way up to pro football, basketball, baseball. We're all taking a look at that data, making sure we're not overworking the athletes. Understanding like exactly what their needs are. We starting to look more and more at the asymmetries, meaning any imbalances that they may have when they're moving right to left versus left to right. From an injury prevention standpoint, that stuff goes a long way.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Great. Okay, then. Well, again, I thank you for all that you've done for the city of Jacksonville. You've been a pillar of the community and a solid foundation, for a lot of these young athletes that have come out, and I hope they're, giving you your flowers now as opposed to later.
Hey, man, well, I really appreciate that, man. That makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
as it should, because I'm tickling you as I'm saying this. Hey, you guys have a great day.
All right, thanks for calling in, man.
Sure. Bye-bye.
Good deal.
Well, let me give you your flowers. Can I give you your flowers? Because
Please
when
do.
I was playing back in the long time ago, I got a chance to work out with you, and man, I just love the fact that you always were able to make that connection with all your athletes. And I think at the end of the day, everything is based on relationships. And I think the way you've done it, the way they always come back, all the athletes come back to sit down with us and discuss the things that, they've experienced and all the things that you've helped them do. I think it's a big shout out to you, man. Just continue to do what you're doing, man.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate that, definitely,
Absolutely.
definitely. So, Eric, what can we expect for you this year, man? What we looking at?
All Patriot League, 1,000-yard receiver, and mark my words, we're gonna win the Patriot League this year.
Oh, there it is. Book it.
That's a big one.
That's it.
That's a big one, man.
Shots. Okay.
Well, we definitely appreciate you coming on the show, my man. Again, I've seen you grow since you was 6, 7 years old when we were doing camps with City Streets with Officer Blunt.
Yeah.
All the way to now. So I'm dating myself, but
I was out there.
Yeah, he's definitely grown into a young man who's worked his butt off, who's earned every bit of the accolades that he's earned, that he has. And again, man, just keep in mind, like, all those attributes that you've learned through training and through football, those same things carry over in whatever you decide to commit yourself to in life. So just stay focused, man. Stay humble, and all those good things that happen for you.
Thank you.
Good deal. Good deal. So, fellas, I know there was one other topic we wanted to talk about. Mr. Schefter.
Oh, Scotty Scheffler.
Scheffler.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that earlier. If you missed it, I don't know how you could, but he got in a little trouble heading to the golf course yesterday. Ended up with a mug shot before going out to do his round. Scotty Scheffler, world number 1 golfer, Scotty Scheffler.
In the whole world, Craig.
Yeah, whole world. That's it. And it ain't close. And somehow he had, that boy is the talk of the town.
Man. I guess he said, forget the police. Yeah. He was like, he must have been bumping that Eazy-E, that NWA. F the police.
I feel like doing something dangerous today.
Yeah.
I'm about to skip line.
Right.
I'm about to skip line, and they going to throw me in jail.
But it was crazy, though. But it's funny, though, like Cleo was saying, though, earlier, like, you would not have known or ever even thought that those guys take the same route to get to the course as the average fan. So they're supposed to be getting in line. It's no different than going to TPC. Right? Going down A1A. So if that line is backed up on A1A, that golfer still has the responsibility of getting through that gate to go play.
Yeah, if it's backed up, they try and get there early. I mean, he was trying to get there, 3 hours early to the course to go do his warm-up. So they might be there a little bit earlier than some of the fans, but he still got to get through one of them gates to get back to the course. And that's what happened. And he was trying to get around the traffic. And, I mean, I've seen, waiting to get into TPC, seen some of them PGA Tour marked cars, kind of go around them lines, trying to get in real fast.
Right.
And I guess that's what he did, and that guard ain't like it that day.
Right.
Whew.
I think they're going to have to make some changes, though, because it was kind of eye-opening to me that he would be in a marked car driving himself into a tournament that he's about to compete in as one of our major PGA events.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, that's I don't know. I thought it was kind of mind-boggling. You know, I thought he would probably have an escort or a driver or someone to help, maneuver, to Jamal's point, to get them into that location a little bit smoother, a little bit safer, and get them prepared and ready to play at a high level.
Yeah, got to get there. He's got to get the mind for him. Got to be focused, not sitting there. I'm trying to fight traffic. Am I going to be here on time?
Right. But I mean, you would think trying to go there 3 hours earlier, that's enough. That's more than enough time to get there.
Well,
to get your
what
mind
happened?
right?
Unfortunately, there was a fatal accident, and someone lost their life
That same day.
that morning.
That morning.
And so that was the reason why everything was backed up. So it was a huge police presence. They were trying to navigate a lot of different things that morning, and unfortunately, it happened. And you see him come out, shoot a 66. I think he's at 900 now for the tournament. When he closed, I think he was probably third or fourth. So it's moving day. So he's in position to win the PGA. So,
well, I guess that's what you call a bounce back.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Good deal, good deal. Well, guys, thanks for coming on today. Thanks for coming on, Eric. Thanks for coming on, Jadon. We had a great show today. This show is brought to you by Premier Physical Therapy. Your wellness journey begins at Premier PT and Rehabilitation, the gold standard in orthopedic and sports rehab for adults and adolescents alike. Dial 904-996-6692 or visit PremierPTJax.com today for the Premier experience. You're listening to The Amateur's Edge on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Cooking with Crisco.
These things are wonderful. You're going to love it. Have a rolling.
Catch CBS